Welcome to the Psychology and Physical Training channel. Hey everyone, don't let them steal your sunshine, where you navigate life's toughest situations with intelligence and grace. Today's topic is something we've all had to deal with at some point: toxic people. Whether it's a coworker, a friend, or even a family member, toxic people can drain your energy, shake your confidence, and make life unnecessarily difficult. Let me tell you something. You deserve to be in relationships that lift you up, not drag you down. You deserve to be surrounded by people who celebrate your successes and support you through your struggles. And you absolutely deserve to protect your peace of mind. That's why today, I'm going to share some clever ways to deal with toxic people so that you can protect your peace and maintain control of your own happiness. Stick around for some smart strategies to handle toxicity without letting it get to you. First things first, we gotta know what we're dealing with. How to identify toxic people. Before we dive into the strategies, we need to make sure we can identify a toxic person. Now, this isn't about slapping a label on someone and calling it a day. This is about recognizing patterns of behavior that are harmful to you and your well-being. Toxic people often use manipulation, negativity, or control to bring you down. They might disguise it as being honest or telling it like it is, but trust your gut. If someone consistently leaves you feeling drained, demoralized, or doubting yourself, there's a good chance you're dealing with toxicity. So, what are some red flags? Constant negativity is a big one. These are the folks who always find a cloud for every silver lining. They're perpetually pessimistic, critical, and seem to thrive on complaining. Being around them can be like carrying a rain cloud over your head. Then you've got manipulation. Toxic people are masters of twisting situations to their advantage. They might play the victim, guilt trip you, or use emotional blackmail to get what they want. It's important to remember that you are not responsible for their emotions or actions, only your own. Accountability? Forget about it. Toxic people rarely, if ever, take responsibility for their actions. They're always ready with an excuse, a justification, or someone else to blame. It's always someone else's fault, never theirs. And that's a huge red flag. And finally, being around them is an emotional drain. You walk away from interactions feeling exhausted, depleted, and emotionally wrung out. They suck the energy right out of you, leaving you feeling like you need a vacation after a simple conversation. Once you've identified the toxic person in your life, it's time to put some clever strategies into action. Building your fortress of peace. The first and most important way to deal with a toxic person is to set clear boundaries. Think of boundaries as your personal force field, protecting your time, energy, and emotional well-being. Toxic people thrive on invading your personal space, whether it's emotional, physical, or mental, so it's crucial that you draw the line. Now, setting boundaries isn't about being mean or cutting people off completely. It's about defining what you will and will not tolerate. It's about taking control of your own life and deciding who and what you allow into your space. So how do you set boundaries effectively? First and foremost, be direct and specific. Don't beat around the bush or sugarcoat things. Clearly communicate what behaviors are unacceptable and what the consequences will be if those boundaries are crossed. For example, if someone constantly interrupts you, you might say, "I need you to let me finish speaking before you jump in." Or, if someone consistently dumps their problems on you without asking how you're doing, you might say, "I'm happy to listen, but I also need you to respect that I have my own things going on." Once you've set those boundaries, stick to them like glue. Consistency is key. Toxic people will often test your limits, pushing to see how much they can get away with. Don't give in. Every time you cave, you're reinforcing their behavior and making it harder to enforce those boundaries in the future. And remember, setting boundaries is not selfish. It's not about being mean or cutting people off. It's about protecting your own well-being and creating healthy, respectful relationships. Don't feel guilty for putting yourself first. Refuse to engage. Another clever way to deal with toxic people is to avoid engaging in their drama. Toxic individuals love to stir up conflict, but you don't have to play into it. Remember, you can't control someone else's behavior, but you can control how you react to it. Think of it like this. Toxic people are like emotional vampires. They thrive on your energy, your reactions, your attention. The more you engage, the more you feed their need for drama. So what's the solution? Starve the drama, deprive them of the attention they crave. Now, this doesn't mean you have to become a doormat or let them walk all over you. It's about choosing your battles wisely and refusing to get sucked into their vortex of negativity. So how do you do that? First and foremost, stay calm and collected. Don't let their emotional outbursts rattle you. Take a deep breath, count to 10, whatever it takes to stay grounded and centered. When you remain calm, you're sending a powerful message. I'm not playing your game. You're taking back your power and refusing to be controlled by their emotions. Next, don't take the bait. Toxic people are masters of pushing your buttons. They know exactly what to say or do to get a rise out of you. But here's the thing, you don't have to react. You can choose to simply observe their behavior without getting emotionally invested. And finally, limit your reactions. Keep your responses short, factual, and unemotional. Don't get drawn into arguments or debates. Remember, you're not going to change their mind, and engaging will only drain your energy. Sometimes the best response is no response at all. Becoming unremarkably uninteresting. This next strategy is a psychological ninja move called the gray rock method. It's perfect for dealing with someone who thrives on attention or drama. Remember those emotional vampires we talked about? Well, the gray rock method is like shining a giant UV light on them. The idea is simple. Become as uninteresting and boring as possible when you're around them. Think of a gray rock, unassuming, unremarkable, utterly uninteresting. That's what you want to become. Now, this doesn't mean you have to become a robot or completely shut down. It's about strategically limiting the information and energy you give to the toxic person. So, how do you master this technique? First and foremost, be emotionally unresponsive. When the toxic person tries to engage you in drama or negativity, keep your emotions in check. Respond with neutral statements like, "That's interesting," or "I see." Don't give them any fuel for their fire. Remember, they're looking for a reaction, so don't give them the satisfaction. Next, keep conversations short and boring. Stick to superficial topics like the weather or traffic. Avoid discussing personal matters or anything that could potentially trigger their drama. If they try to steer the conversation in a negative direction, politely redirect it or excuse yourself. And finally, don't give personal information. Toxic people often use personal information against you, so keep your cards close to your chest. Don't share your feelings, your opinions, or anything that they could potentially use against you. The gray rock method is a powerful tool for disarming toxic people and protecting your peace. It's about taking back your power and refusing to be a source of entertainment for their drama. Creating distance for your well-being. Sometimes the most clever and empowering thing you can do is simply remove yourself from the situation. This doesn't always mean cutting someone out of your life completely, though in extreme cases that might be necessary. But it does mean being strategic about your interactions. Remember, you are not obligated to endure toxic behavior, no matter who it's coming from. You have the right to protect your well-being, even if it means distancing yourself from people you care about. So, how do you strategically create distance? First and foremost, limit interaction. You don't have to ghost them completely, but you can control how often and how long you interact. If you work with this person, keep conversations brief and work-related. If it's a family member, limit visits and phone calls. Next, create physical distance. If you can, avoid being in the same physical space as the toxic person. If you work together, see if you can switch desks or take your breaks at different times. If it's a friend, suggest meeting up in a group setting rather than one-on-one. And finally, in some cases, cutting ties may be necessary. This is a difficult decision, but sometimes it's the healthiest option. If the toxic person is consistently disrespectful, manipulative, or abusive, it might be time to cut them out of your life completely. Remember, you deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up, not drag you down. Don't be afraid to prioritize your own well-being, even if it means making tough decisions. You're in control. Dealing with toxic people isn't easy, but it doesn't have to drain your energy or ruin your peace. By setting clear boundaries, refusing to engage in their drama, mastering the gray rock technique, and removing yourself when necessary, you can handle any toxic person in your life with cleverness and grace. Remember, you are in control of your own happiness. Toxic people only have power over you if you let them. Don't give them that power. Choose to focus on your own well-being, surround yourself with positive influences, and build a life that brings you joy. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be surrounded by people who love and support you. and you deserve to live a life free from toxicity. Now, I know this is a lot to take in, but I want you to remember this. You are not alone. We all encounter toxic people at some point in our lives. The important thing is to recognize the signs, implement these strategies, and protect your peace. And remember, if you're dealing with a particularly difficult situation, don't hesitate to reach out for professional help. A therapist can provide you with the tools and support you need to navigate these challenges and build healthy, fulfilling relationships. Protect your peace, protect your energy. So, there you have it. Clever ways to deal with toxic people. Remember, you are not obligated to endure negativity or drama. You have the power to choose who you allow into your life and how you respond to their behavior. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on mastering your mind and your life. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had to deal with toxic people and how you handled it. Thanks for watching, and remember, protect your peace, protect your energy. You deserve it.